Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, welcome. If you're watching this on Facebook or any other social media site, Mark Pyers, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach, CEO and founder, alongside my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Levita Pyers, of the most incredible, one-of-a-kind tax educational platform. Let me say it again. Tax educational platform. The Bible says that my people are destroyed from the lack of knowledge. Tax educate, not tax advice, not tax manipulation, tax educational platform, the Academy of Financial Education. So guys, look, I just wanted to jump on here really quick and have a few words with you. I'm going to title this message, although I think I'm going to hit on a couple of different subjects. I'm going to title this message, "It's Time to Clean Your Financial Garden." I don't know where I came up with that at. I just made that up just now. Actually, I'm out here in the yard cleaning some weeds and overgrown bushes and trees and things that have just gotten out of hand. And as I was doing it, as I often do, I was having a conversation with myself. Most times I have the most, I wish that I could put a recorder in my head and then take it out and download it every day, because the information that God has allowed to go inside of this head over the last 30 years when it comes to understanding the tax code, understanding how to not be a victim of the tax code. We're not talking about manipulation. We're not talking about Wesley Snipes, way of thinking that, taxes are illegal or unconstitutional and you should put yourself and your family in a harm's way and not pay your taxes. I believe, along with the IRS, that you should pay every dime that you owe in taxes. Why? Because that's what the law says. Whether you feel it's right or not doesn't matter, right? You should pay every dime in taxes that you legally owe. But here's the caveat. Here's what they didn't tell you. That the only taxes, and I'm talking about federal income taxes, okay? I'm not talking about sales taxes, property taxes. I'm talking about income taxes, federal and state income taxes. Those are the only two taxes that you and I have control over. So I'm getting a lot of wind, so hopefully the wind isn't overbearing this message. But I want you to understand that, okay? Don't complain about federal income taxes when you listen to this message right here, because after today, you can't complain about it anymore. Only you, yeah, right there, wherever you are watching this video, you're responsible for the amount of taxes that you pay as far as income taxes, federal and state. If you live in a state where you pay state income taxes, you have control of reducing, and in some cases, guys, totally eliminating it, absolutely 100% legally and ethically. It's the only taxes that you and I have control over. I know it's not being taught. I know you've never heard anyone tell you that. But you have the ability to reduce the amount of money that you lose. Let me let you in on a little secret. Whatever amount of federal income taxes that leaves your paycheck, and when you file your taxes, you don't get back, that is a penalty. I want you to listen. The person in the back of the room, I want you to listen to this. That is a penalty for you not being educated. That's why I said tax educational platform. You not being tax educated. That the only reason you lost that money is because you didn't know that you could have used that money to make yourself more money, and the government would allow you to do it 100% tax-free. Y'all didn't get what I just said. It's time to attend to your financial garden. It's time. You guys see all those, you see that in the swimming pool right there? Now that swimming pool is actually going in the trash. So right now, I just got through trimming all of those trees. Came from all of these beautiful trees here in the backyard. Okay, and some of you saying, man, you should have got a gardener to do that. No, I want to come out here and feel the pain of neglecting the weeds and the trees and the overgrowth as I bring you this message. I wanted to come out here and feel the pain. I needed to say, no, you're not going to get somebody, you're not going to throw money at this. Because throwing money at this is not going to be painful enough for you not to let it happen again. You'll just go ahead and hire somebody to come and do it again. What is the message there? If you're 20 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, and you got a financial problem, you're in debt, you're financially in debt, you've screwed over money. Look, I've screwed over money, okay? I've screwed over money. I've squandered money. So I'm not telling you something that I don't tell myself. I can tell you this, I tell people this all the time. The only reason that Mark Pyers is not a multi-millionaire is this right here. Sometimes we get complacent. Sometimes we let the weeds overgrow. Sometimes we let the things in life, the things that we surround ourselves with, the things that you watch on social media, sometimes we let those weeds, those financial weeds, get into our financial garden and destroy the thing that we know. Because here's what I know. I'm going to get over here so I can, I think the sun's behind me, so just hold on there a minute. I'm going to go back over in my seat so you guys can hear me in the wind. Is it? The problem is you got to surround yourself around people and information that is going in the direction that you want to go. One of the most profound statements I've heard from a very wealthy gentleman, he said the number one person you shouldn't trust until you have grown up financially, the number one person you shouldn't trust is yourself. Because if all decisions that you make are based on the thoughts in your mind, and you're letting those weeds, okay, you're letting that overgrowth of shrubbery get into your subconscious mind, you're gonna fumble the bag. You're gonna fumble the bag. Okay, you're gonna say, oh, you know what? I'll take a couple $1,000s to the casino. I deserve to go to the casino, knowing that you got a 99% chance of leaving that $2,000 there. And it's not $2,000 when you're financially educated. It's not $2,000. That $2,000 compounded over the next 10 years in the stock market, it's probably $50 or $60 or $70 or $80,000 or more. And so we got to get tax informed, guys. Everybody's paying attention to what's going on with the upcoming election. Okay, look, I'm not here to be political with you. You can get caught up in those weeds if you want. At the end of the day, ask yourself this question: what has any president that's been elected, how have they affected your life financially? I can tell you, it's a very small percentage. Okay, it's a very small percentage. When Donald Trump was elected into office, and many of you don't even realize this. Many of you have no idea. I hear a lot of people say, oh man, when Donald Trump got elected in office, those were the best financial times of my life. And maybe it was. I don't know, I don't know that a person's situation, okay? I can tell you this. In 2018, when Donald Trump was elected, he made some changes to the tax code that drastically affected a lot of people. To the point now today that over 90+% of homeowners, they don't get any tax advantages for their mortgage interest or property taxes or insurance. You're getting zero. a big fat zero for the mortgage interest that you're giving to the bank. Okay, I'm going to wrap this one up because I don't want it to be too long, because I know a lot of people have this TikTok mentality. If you're a homeowner, I want you to listen to me. And if you're looking at becoming a homeowner, you need to definitely listen to what I'm about to say. And this is not to say that owning a home is bad, but owning a home without the right information and the right knowledge is financial devastation. I call it financial suicide. After 2018, a tax change in 2018, 90+% of homeowners that give $10,000 a year in mortgage interest to the bank gets a zero tax deduction for that. What does that mean when you say that, Mark? That means that the $10,000 that they gave to Bank of America in the form of mortgage interest, don't miss this part, they paid the federal, the state, and the Social Security tax on that $10,000 in interest they gave the bank, which means it wasn't $10,000. It was probably more like $12,000 or $13,000, depending on your tax bracket. Well, what can I do about that, Mark? Is there anything that I could have done? And the answer to that question is absolutely yes. And so you gotta clear out your financial garden. You gotta get the weeds out. The weeds is all those people that you're scrolling through on social media. Everybody's rich. It's amazing. Everybody on social media is rich. Yet the federal statistics says that the average person can't withstand a $400 hiccup. But everybody on Instagram is rich. Everybody on Facebook is rich. Everybody on YouTube, man, they got it going on. Everybody's the six-figure men and women. Where the broke people at? Those people you scrolling through? Yeah, a lot of them, they aren't as financially successful as you think they are. So what's the moral of my story as I get ready to wrap this one up, guys? The moral story is you got to get your financial garden in order, okay? We are in some of the most devastating times that this country has ever seen, all right? I'm not going to sell you on the doom and gloom. I'm just going to give it to you straight and narrow, okay? Inflation is manipulation, okay? I can prove to you 100% that inflation is manipulation and it isn't real. It was something that is sold. You said, Mark, it is real. Have you been to the grocery store? Yeah. Have you been to the gas pump? Yeah. Have you seen the enormous increases in housing prices? Yeah. And I can tell you right now that I can show you that I can buy gasoline for the same price it was 20 years ago. I can buy a house for the same price it was 20 years ago. I can buy food for the same price it was 20 years ago today in 2024. And so I ask you the question, if that's the fact, what inflation? If I can buy a house today for $300,000, however, it's on the market right now for $800,000 because of what they call inflation. Wouldn't you want to know, how is that possible? How is it that you can buy an $800,000 house for $300,000? It's called manipulation. So anyway, if you guys want to learn more, if you're watching this on YouTube, somewhere down in the description, I'm going to put an email. You guys can email me there for more information. If you want more information about how you can legally, ethically, and morally drastically reduce your income taxes. Guys, look, everything I teach directly from the IRS. I don't give you something that I learned from a book, something I learned from some audio, something I learned from some online person. I've been teaching this information now since 1996, and I teach it directly from the IRS, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your CPA, what your tax preparer did, what your tax attorney told you. At the end of the day, the person that you have to answer to is the IRS, and the only person you should be listening to is the IRS. So I don't give you tax advice, guys. I give you tax guidance right to the information directly from the IRS, so you, my friend, can sleep at night. And so I leave you with that again, that the only reason that you lost money in federal and state income taxes is because that was a penalty for you not using that money to build wealth for yourself. Believe it or not, the government actually doesn't need your federal tax dollars. If they did, they wouldn't have things called tax deductions or tax credits. Let me say that again as I get ready to wrap this up. The federal tax laws are not there for you to hand over money to help the federal government do their job. Because if it was, multi-billion-dollar corporations would be paying millions of dollars in taxes. Multi-millionaires such as Warren Buffett, Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg would be paying millions of dollars on their billions of dollars of income. However, they pay pennies on the dollars, and in most cases, guys, less than their employees from a tax percentage standpoint. And you still think the government needs your money. Look, some people think that they can just go out and earn more money. And I always ask this question: what sense does it make for you to go earn an additional $1,000 or $2,000 because you lost $1,500 in taxes on the job that you just spent 40 hours working on? How about learning how to keep that $1,500 that you already put the time in for, opposed to continue to throw gasoline on the financial fire? You got to get your financial garden tilted. Got to get the weeds out, which means you got to get your mindset right. You got to get the knowledge. So I'm going to put an email down in the description of this video, wherever you're watching it. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to like, comment, and share this video. It'll help someone. If you're watching on Facebook, guys, share this video. Comment. Let me know what value you got from it. And if you disagree, let me know what you disagree about. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you on the right side of money. And what's the right side of money? Where you keep as much of your hard-earned income as legally, ethically possible.